In this lesson, we are going to learn how the way the land is shaped has an effect on grapes. Topography refers to the shape of the land. The shape is described by talking about its aspect, inclination, and altitude. Let's start by looking at aspect in more detail. If vines are planted on anything other than absolutely flat land, then aspect plays a role. Aspect refers to the direction that a slope of the land is facing: north, south, east, or west. We know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and the morning sun is more gentle than the hot afternoon sun. So if a vineyard is planted on an east-facing slope, it will receive more of the cooler morning sun, and if planted on a west-facing slope, it will get more of the harsh afternoon sun. Because of how the earth moves around the sun, whether the vineyard is planted on a north or south-facing slope will also affect how much sun it receives. This is a little more tricky to understand, as it is different depending on whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere. As you can see here, in the northern hemisphere, the southern slopes will receive more sun, while in the southern hemisphere, it will be the northern slopes that see the sun for longer. This means that the winemaker can find spots that best suit the variety she wants to plant. So if she is in a warm climate and wants to plant a variety that prefers cooler temperatures, she would look for a place where the vineyards only receive a little morning sun. If they were in the southern hemisphere, can you work out what sort of slope this would be? If you said a southeastern face slope, then you would be right. Well done. Now let's better understand inclination. Inclination means how steep the slope is, and as a result, what angle the sun's rays will hit the vines. You can see how if vineyards are planted on this side of a steep eastern slope, they will be fully exposed to the morning light and be in the shade during the afternoon as the sun moves across the sky. But if the vineyard was planted on the flatlands, they would receive sunlight all day long. Finally, let's take a look at altitude. Altitude refers to the height of the land above sea level. The higher the altitude, the cooler the temperature. As a general rule, with every 100 meters you go up in altitude, there is a 1 degree Celsius drop in the temperature. So this means that if you have a very warm climate, you can plant your grapes higher up the slopes if you need the temperature to drop. If we look at these three components of topography together, we can see that they are all influencing temperature and the amount of sunlight a vine receives. The ideal is to try and find a spot for the vineyards where the grapes will receive the longest ripening time possible. The longer the grapes are able to ripen on the vine, the better the quality and complexity of the flavors the grapes will produce. A winemaker is always trying to find the optimum site to grow her vines. Topography is a great way for her to choose the amounts of sunlight and heat the vines will receive. Well done on learning about topography and how aspect, inclination, and altitude can have an effect on a grapevine.